What's your name?
Jasper Patrick Collinock Romero.
Got it. Thank you. You have several failures to appear on cases in Tucson City Court. They include domestic violence using electronic communications to threaten harm, shoplifting, threat, drug paraphernalia, and you also have, excuse me, sir, and you also have a case of shoplifting and possession of drug paraphernalia. That one's in Pima County Justice Court. $500 bond. Your next court date is June 10th at 1:45, Tucson City Court. If you bond out, it'll shift to July 10th, 9 o'clock in person. And on the Justice Court matter, that one's a $250 bond. You're going to be seen on that on tomorrow, on Monday rather. And I've appointed attorney Christian Salter to represent you on that one. Okay, you're excused. Okay. Hello, what's your name, sir?
Johan Chavez Jaramillo.
Okay. You're charged with domestic violence assault and domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. To release you with that condition, don't violate any state, local, or federal law. Your next court is at Pima County Justice Court, June 10th at 10:30 a.m. You're excused.
June 10th. Sorry?
We'll give you paperwork.
Oh, it's good.
Just grab your stuff, go out the door.
Hello, what's your name?
Carl Brandon Davis.
You have an arrest warrant out of Marana City Court, driving on suspended license charge. I'm going to release you on that matter. Your next court date is June 25th, and that will be at 10 a.m. Marana City Court. You also have a new ticket for same offense, actually. This one is in, oh, wait a minute. No, you have a warrant on the same type of offense. This one is in Justice Court. And I'm releasing you on that one. In either case, don't drive without a valid driver's license. That one is June 10th at 8:30.
Okay.
All right. Two courts,
Okay.
2 different dates. You're excused.
Thank you.
Yes, the other way. Yeah.
Yes, hello.
Hello, what's your name?
Carlos Abraham Diaz Rocha.
Okay, one moment. Let's see. You're charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, domestic violence assault. And give me a moment to review this. I'm going to order that do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Don't commit any acts of domestic violence. Bond is set in the amount of $500. Attorney Christian Salter is appointed to represent you. Your next court date will be Monday, June 2nd at 1 p.m. That'll be on video. You're excused.
Flores.
Hello, what's your name?
Best Flores.
I'm sorry. What's your first name?
Andres.
Good. Okay, thank you. You're charged with 3 counts of, just to make sure there's only 3. Yeah, 3 counts of domestic, no, 4 counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, as well as 1 count of domestic violence, threats, and intimidation. In order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, you're not to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, don't have contact of any kind with Diane Baltazar or her 3 minor children, and stay away from their respective home, workplace, and school. You do have a felony hold, so you're going to be held on that anyway. I'm setting a bond in this DV case of $1,000. I'm appointing Douglas Taylor to represent you. And this is a Pima County Justice Court case. Next court date, Monday, June 2nd, 1 p.m. You're excused.
Overton,
Hello, what's your name?
Marcellus Overton.
Okay. You got an arrest warrant out of Sarita Municipal Court on a shoplifting charge, listing a $500 bond. Same court, drinking in public. This one is another $500 bond. Another one, this one is shoplifting. That's also a $500 bond. Another one for that court, shoplifting and trespassing, $500 bond. Trespassing, also sorry to municipal court. This one is a $500 bond. So, and these cases are from 2020, 2021. I'm setting one $500 bond. See, we need to appoint a lawyer for you. And Sarita. Attorney Joseph Ezzo will be representing you. Your next court date is Monday, June 2nd at 3 p.m. That'll be on video. You're excused.
Smith.
Hello, what's your name?
Kylie Smith.
Your last name?
Smith.
Smith?
Smith.
Yeah, thank you. You are charged with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, 2 of them, and 1 count of domestic violence, criminal damage. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. And I'm going to release you with that condition. Your next court date, this is in Marana City Court, will be June 25th, and that'll be at 10 a.m. You're excused.
Valenzuela.
Hello, what's your name?
Victoriano Flores Valenzuela.
You charged for shoplifting. Looks like you have some kind of federal hold. Got a $500 bond and a point. And Attorney Douglas Taylor to represent you, and you're going to be seen on Monday, the 2nd at 1 p.m. You're excused.
Lyles.
Hello, what's your name?
Daryl Lyles. Lyles. Last name. First name D-A-R.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Got it, sir. You're charged with domestic violence, assault. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. You are released with that condition. Your court date is in Tucson City Court. That'll be July 8th at 1:30. You're excused. Hello, what's your name?
Oscar Alejandro Moreno.
You're charged with domestic violence assault, as well as 4 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. You're also not to have contact of any kind with Jennifer Martinez or her minor children. Stay away from their respective homes, workplace, and school. You get a one-time return visit to the residence to get your personal belongings, but only with a police escort. You are released with these conditions. Court date, Tucson City Court, July 8th, 1:30. You're excused.
Omar.
Hello, what is your name?
Omar Yusuf.
You're charged with domestic violence, criminal damage, and domestic violence disorderly conduct. Don't commit any acts of domestic violence. You're released with that condition. July 8th, 1:30 is your court date at Tucson City Court. You're excused. I'm sorry? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We need him back. Thank you. This is the one you said had a victim that was waiting. Yeah, that's this gentleman here. Who's on the line for Mr. Yusuf or Yusuf?
My name's Rebecca.
Okay, you wanted to speak, and I'm sorry, I didn't realize that until I talked to him. What is it you wish to say?
Oh, nothing. I was just here for the listening and just say like it was nothing bad, like it's a misunderstanding.
Okay, so you're
Thank
okay with his release then?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. You're excused, sir.
Fox.
Good to see you.
Hello, what's your name?
Stephen Manuel Fox.
Ah, okay. Let's see. You have an arrest warrant out of Pima County Justice Court on a charge of criminal damage and hindering prosecution. This case is from November of last year. And $250 bond is listed on the warrant. You have another justice court case. This one involves threats and intimidation, domestic violence, disorderly conduct. And this one is from July 23rd. I'm sorry, July 20th, 23. So
I
what's the story behind these warrants? Why'd you fail to appear?
uh honestly wasn't staying at my house at that time, but I did get a message from, I think it was Justice Court, maybe Alameda, and she gave me 2 different dates. When I went, all they did was tell me that they didn't know what I was talking about. Like, here, get out of here, pretty much. So I called my lawyer, and he was like, I'll look into it. And then the house that I resided at that time, the criminal damage, I don't know about hindering prosecution. I know the criminal damage
You
was,
don't need to talk about the facts of the case. All I wanted to know was why you didn't go to court.
I truly, I mean, that's a truly a mishap. I am not trying to fail anything, really. I'm trying to stay out of trouble. And that just,
You can stay out of trouble more easily if you make your court dates for the trouble that you are already in. I
I
am
understand.
going to release you with the warning that you better be in court on the date, and that's June 10th at 8:30, Pima County Justice Court. You're excused.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, what's your name, sir?
Tyler Lee Atkins.
Okay, one moment. You have an arrest warrant, sir, out of Global Regional Justice, or Globe rather, Regional Justice Court. The charge is aggravated assault, corrections employee, and the warrant lists a $5,000 bond. That is what the county attorney is recommending. I'm going to order that you have no contact with the alleged victim or don't initiate any contact. Did the public defender wish to speak?
Yes, Judge. We're asking that Mr. Atkins is released to pretrial services. This happened when he was in prison. He he tells me that he just got out of prison today. He didn't know there was a warrant out on this. He was leaving prison. He was brought here. He has long ties to Tucson. He'd go to his mom's house if he were released. She knows he got out of prison. He just doesn't have the phone number for her. So we're asking that he's released to pretrial services.
And we'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, state submits on the written recommendations.
Just what am I supposed to do with with reference to an attorney? Just- Okay. And do we have a sooner court date than June 30th? Oh, wait a minute. They have a. And if they don't? Okay. I'm gonna bond request, and you set a review date for you for June 9th at 9 o'clock. You're excused.
Uh-oh. But it's there.
He's out the door. Out the door. Back in. Release, sit down.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello, Bernice Carreras.
You are charged with possession of narcotics and possession of drug paraphernalia, and then you have misdemeanor case in Tucson City Court. The state is recommending that I release you the supervision of pretrial services. In order that you not, well, hold on, I need to read a statement to you. Here it is. I'm going to read a statement. It'll be followed up by a question. Please answer yes or no. You may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug accusations in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in getting released from jail custody now and learning more about the STEPS program at your next hearing?
Yes.
We'll place you in the STEPS program. I'm going to order no alcohol or illegal drugs. Pretrial services release, cooperate with pretrial services. The STEPS court date is June 9th at 9 a.m. And does the defense have any objection to extending out the prelim?
No, Judge.
Okay, and that will be,
This is the date that the court.
that'll be July 15th at 1:30.
Not next, not Monday, it's the next Monday. Okay.
Like 15th?
No. June 9th. That's the
Okay.
one that you have to,
Okay.
yeah. Don't worry about July 15th. Worry about
On the night.
June 9th. Okay.
Explore.
Oh, and then I'm sorry, is the public defense? Oh, you're good.
Public defender is appointed.
So your lawyer's gonna be there that day, okay? Get there June 9th.
Now, as to your city court case, you were charged today with shoplifting. So we'll order that you not return to the store, no contact with any alleged victim. And we are going to release you with those conditions and set a court date in Tucson City Court for July 3rd. And that'll be at 9:00 a.m.
2 court dates right here. So these, this, and this. Okay. And get to both of them, okay? Okay. June 9th, July 3rd. Okay. You have to get to both of them. Okay.
Thanks, yeah.
Judge, is Ms. Carreras excused?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Go back out. Yeah. Great.
Grab your foot for a moment. Fernandez.
Hello, what is your name?
Hernandez.
Okay, you're charged with unlawful possession of dangerous drugs for sale, unlawful possession of narcotic drugs for sale, possession of drug paraphernalia, theft of means of transportation. And the state's recommending that I hold you on a $15,000 bond with pretrial services supervision if posted. At a minimum, we're going to order no alcohol or drugs. Don't have any contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. We'll hear from the defense.
Judge, we're asking that Ms. Hernandez is released to pretrial services. Pretrial services identified her as a level 1, which is the lowest supervision needs, and that this is a nonviolent felony. Additionally, she's a 1 and 2 on both scales. She's working as a house cleaner. She works with her friend regularly, and she's scheduled to work this week. She has long ties to Tucson. According to pretrial services, no criminal history. And if she's released, she'd go to her mother's house where she's currently living. So we're asking that she's released to pretrial services.
Looking at her criminal history. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. Hold on. Okay, scratch that. We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, the numbers speak for themselves in this situation. We're looking at 156 grams of M30s and just about 100 and just shy of 180 grams of methamphetamine, not to mention 3 grams plus of cocaine with all the accessories indicative of dealing. The state shudders to think how many people these drugs could have killed had the police not gotten them off the streets.
All right, thank you. Bond is set in the amount of $10,000. Pretrial services supervision if posted. Next court date is June 10th at 1:30, and the public defender is appointed. You're excused.
Lizama.
Hello, what's your name?
Armida Pisano.
You are, this is a mix of felonies and misdemeanors. 2 counts of theft, misdemeanor, first, class 1. 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, felony class 6. 1 count of tampering with evidence, felony class 6. 1 count of criminal damage, misdemeanor class 1. Are these all supposed to be in the same complaint?
What do you, no, it's not. Oh,
Judge, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Your Honor, the state doesn't have any more info than the court does.
Well, the state's asking for a $2,500 bond with pretrial services supervision. So let's hear from the defense on that.
Judge, we're asking that Ms. Pisano is released to pretrial services. She's working full time. She's scheduled to work this week. If she was released, she'd go to her mother's house. However, her father also confirmed housing. Additionally, Judge, she appears to have no felony history, so it's likely that she would be probation available at trial on the felony. So we're asking that she's released to pretrial services.
We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, state submits on the written record.
Don't have any contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Let's see here. Bond is set in the amount of $1,500. Pretrial services supervision if posted. June 10th, 1:30. Public defender appointed. You're excused.
thanks.
Hello, what's your name?
Gabriel Roy Torio.
Oh, it's a minute. Here it is. I had to do some reading on this, so hold on a moment. I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. You're not to possess any firearms or any other kind of weapon. No acts of domestic violence. The state is recommending a $200,000 bond with pretrial services supervision and posted. We'll hear from the defense.
Mr. Torrio is released to pretrial services. And he was identified by pretrial services as a level 1, which is the lower supervision needs. Additionally, on both scales, he's a 2 and a 1. And according to pretrial services, he has no criminal history. He's working. Give me a second. Okay? He's working as 2 jobs. He's a fabricator, and he does work for Walmart. He's scheduled to work this week, and he does shifts at Walmart every day. He has lifelong ties to Tucson, and he'd go to his mother's house for release. So we're asking that he's released to pretrial services.
We'll hear from the state.
Your Honor, this person apparently got into an argument with somebody who took umbrage at the fact that he assaulted a third party. The defendant then produced a weapon, pointed it at the victim, and the victim then did shoot the victim. Firearms don't discharge themselves without human intervention, and the bullet won't hit somebody if the weapon is not pointed at a person. So the gun went off arguments are frankly ludicrous. The incident was partially captured on video. The person is a present danger. He's willing to shoot somebody to settle an argument. $200,000.
Thank you. Bond is set in the amount of $200,000. The public defender is appointed. The other conditions I've explained. June 10th, 1:30 is your court date. And you have a couple of misdemeanor files. I need to review those. You're charged with domestic violence assault with intent to or knowingly causing an injury, 2 of those, and 3 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct. And second file, 2 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct and 1 count of it's marked domestic violence contributing to the delinquency or dependency of a minor. Give me a moment. I think I neglected to list the no contact order on the victims and the felony. It's going to be this pretty much the same order on the misdemeanor. Same conditions: no act of domestic violence, no firearms or other weapons, no alcohol or drugs, and $2,500 bond. The city public defender is appointed.
The bond amount for the misdemeanor.
$2,500
Thank you.
and date is here we go. We're going to set a video review, which will be June. We need to pick another date because it conflicts with the court date on the felony. It's number 7.
The Friday would be. Okay.
June.
13th?
Is that a Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. June 13th, 1:45. I suspect it's going to be moved anyway, but we can't assume that. Out of custody date is possible, and that would be July 8th at 9. And city public defender.
Oh, okay. These are
So you're dealing with 2 different courts, Tucson City Court and then the felony matter, and 2 sets of public defenders. Okay, you're excused. You get it.
Everybody needs to leave.
Thank you.
Sure. I got a bunch of them, but they're all rotting.
And you sign the second page, so we should also print
Sure.
everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And the next is Aho. What's your name, sir? Okay. So you're charged with burglary in the 3rd degree. And we're going to order no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from the incident location. No firearms or other weapons, no alcohol or illegal drugs. State's recommending $2,500 a bond with pretrial services supervision if posted. We'll hear from the defense.
Judge, we're asking that Mr. Villarreal is released to pretrial services. I believe any bond is going to be akin to no bond for Mr. Villarreal. Pretrial services identified him as a level 1 nonviolent felony. Additionally, Judge, these are incredibly nonviolent charges. Nobody complained about him. Nobody called the police on him. He was living in a backyard with permission. So we're asking that he's released to pretrial services, Judge, considering how incredibly nonviolent these charges are.
Okay. What's the difference between incredibly nonviolent and regular nonviolent?
Judge, just to emphasize that nobody even complained about this. So like, I agree that it is a little redundant, but Judge, just to emphasize that nobody complained about this. There was an extension court that was noticed. So.
All right, I got it. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll hear from the state.
State submits on the written recommendations.
Okay, no contact with victims, stay away from the incident location. No alcohol or drugs, no firearms or other weapons. I'm gonna release you the supervision of pretrial services and give you a court date of June 20th, 4 p.m. That'll be at the Ajo Justice Court. And appoint attorney Stephen McClure to represent you. Okay, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Hold on. That's what? Oh, I'm sorry, appoint public defender. So get rid of Steve McClure's name. Appoint public defender. Okay, thank you. All right, that's it. Have a good evening.
Thank you, everybody.
Good day, Your Honor.
Take care.
Excuse file.